Hello there, ladies and gentlemen! Welcome to another episode of the WARFRAME Digest 77. This is my sixth. I've done too many outtakes on this because I was not happy with the results. I have only 3 hours after work and, tight schedule, and really want satisfying results. So let's move on. They talked about the Void. Yes, the Void! I know we just got to rework on it. I know that it just got completely redesigned. I know... Well, I don't know. Some people don't like it. I believe some people don't like it. I don't know. Like, I really don't. I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. Let's move on. I digress. Let's leave it like that. So, let's have some footage in the background, or it's been on the background since I said hello, but let's move on. And they talked about a few little interesting things. Void Traces. Void Traces capacity currently is 100. They're going to be expanding on it based on mastery. I need a burp. I am a gentleman. But nonetheless, Void Trace capacity will be added 50 per mastery level. I don't know why I did this for 50, but 50 per mastery level. So if you're level or mastery level 10, you'll be added 500 on top of your 100. So that's 600. My math is basic and elementary. Yes. And at level 20, or Mastery 20, I keep saying level, Mastery 20, you'll have 1,000 added on top. Currently I'm Mastery 21, so that's 1,150 added for myself. So that's going to be very interesting to see, since they are also changing how, or not changing, it's currently already implemented, and they're just telling us how, how it's actually designed. I don't know what I did. Designed already. Currently, Mag Prime is in the drop system. When Mag Prime returns to the vault, which is in about less than a week, yes, maybe, she will no longer be available in any of the new relics. Yes, I said new relics, because current relics with Mag Prime will remain in the game. She will no longer be distributable in the new relics. Her relics will stop dropping, but you can sell her relics, you can play with her relics, and you can use your relics with friends after the fact of her returning to the vault. So they literally fixed one little issue there. And they created another, which is when new Prime Warframes come out, you have to get new keys. So, vaulted Warframes, keys remain. New Warframe, new keys, go farm some. So, it's going to give older players something to do. It's going to prevent some of that mass immediate farming that's been going on, where within a day people already have the new Warframe or the new weapons or the new items, because they have so many surplus items. But they are also going to be addressing the issue of Void Relics. Since you're burning through them so much faster, they're going to be dropping a lot more frequently. They're trying to find out how. And currently, the idea is Eximus enemies have a chance of dropping them. And also, they will be available in every reward table for survival and excavation. Table A, B, and C. That's literally what it is. 5, 10, 15, 20. A, B, C. A, B, C. All 3 drop tables will have Void Relics from now on. Or potentially from now on. It's currently experimental in dev. So that will fix the issue with acquiring new relics. But they also said that traces will be reworked as well. Currently, as you can see in the back, when fissures are open, you have to pick up reactant to close the fissure. But these fissures, if you've noticed, if you have a keen eye, they have been opening up multiple times in different locations. And that is because fissures have been reworked slightly. Reactant is no longer an item you pick up and drop off. It's an item you accumulate overall until you have enough void energy to seal the fissure itself. So the idea is you pick up reactant, your suit bonds with the reactant, and it creates void traces. Void traces will no longer be an actual drop off of mobs, kind of reducing the meta farm in that was kind of tedious, and they have more of an absolute number now. Or a more predeterminable or better number or more fair number. They might tweak it. There's a lot of working going on. But they are expanding the gameplay. And when these fissures open in relocated areas, they will corrupt the enemies around them. Corrupted enemies will now be practically everything. Practically. Or virtually everything. That means you'll get corrupted Bursas, corrupted Drakh, Haikas, Masters, Haika Masters, Drakh Masters, in case you didn't get that. And even, I'm assuming, Tar Moas, Anti-Moas, Bursas, did I say Bursas already? Eviscerators, and every other thing in between under the sun. Yes, under the sun. But still, it's going to be expanding onto the Void enemy faction in its entirety. So expect a lot of new codec entries, a lot of little things to get XP from, or Mastery from, or a lot of little things from there, and just expanded on gameplay mechanics. Currently, as I see it, the Void expansion is very welcome. It's very open to me. I'm not sure if you guys are very welcoming to this change or this expansion. I think it's good for the Void, but let's move on. They also talked about this little thing, which is currently in concept, which unfortunately will not be making it to the War Within. This might be making it after the War Within, which are operator suits. Operator suits will add another layer of detail and customizability and depth to that of the operator. That's all I gotta say about that. They're interesting. They're pretty. I like this one. Kind of reminds me of Avara. Yeah. Moving on, they also showed off this shiny thing, which is the new Gunblade. I'm calling it the Gunblade 2, or the Redeemer's younger sibling. It will have its own animation, it will have its own stance, therefore its own animation, or you can switch them back and forth. I don't know, up to you. And in all honesty, this seems very interesting, it seems very over the top, and it seems very Gunblade-esque. So, might look pretty fun with a Redeemer. I'm curious what the stats are going to be for this thing. They also talked real quickly about Arcwing. They're going to be moving back the camera a little to fix some of the FOV problems. People didn't really like that in-your-face system. I actually liked it. Made me feel like I was more in space. But that's about it. They also talked about fixing the autocorrect, auto-orientation issue, adding it as a toggle maybe in the options now that everything has its own key bindings. They talked about potentially bringing back the Bran and the Lado Vandal, and adding a visual effect for the OG owners, original gangster owners. Whatever. I don't know. Moving along. And they also talked about, very quickly, the Fusion rework and adding a new depth of mechanics to that, adding a whole new system, kind of similar to the Void, where you actually can even get super cores, on par with that of, like, Legendaries, not really. Where Fusion itself isn't going to be so random. It will be a flat number that's very obvious to the players and a lot more simplified. And you can even create these better cores by getting core parts to create stronger or more complete or more refined cores. So, no idea how all that works. It's another layer of mechanics, a lot more depth to the game. And I'm interested to see, because the cores right now have been swept under the tide of the Fusion mod system, of the mod card system, and people confuse a mod card for a Fusion card, because they both look like cards and they're just like in the same tree, which they're not technically. They quickly dabbled on to dark sectors, not really anything interesting there, and they showed off 3 interesting little last bits. I want to say 2, but I always forget about 3. The current new Tenogen lineup, which you can see quickly right here. All these items will be implemented into the game relatively soon. They're all in engine already. They just need a little bit more polishing, tweaking, and final details before they make the final cut. And they are so many and so many interesting little things. And they also talked about Titania, and you can see her right here. Currently, her animations are a little janky. They still need a little fine-tuning, but they did show off her ultimate ability, which is miniaturize or shrink. It'll shrink, right? It'll shrink, okay. And as you can see, when she goes little, she has her own little Arcwing weapons for her and herself alone. Words, I can't even. I only have 3 hours. Did I say that? Yes, I know. I'm not on schedule. But moving still, Titania looks very interesting. I can't wait till she's out and about. I'm very interested to see her mechanics. It's about time we get a new Warframe, and I just want a new friend to play with, because I'm not really that excited over the primes, because they're not really mechanically that interesting or detailed, unless they do rebalances, but that's about it. They also talked about glyphs. If you played Overwatch, TF2, or even some or most of the Counter-Strike games, they're sprays. Little sprays you can actually tag onto the environment. The tags will be available as your profile picture, your clan dojo, or other little chibi or other little items that will be available in the market upon release. So we have a lot of interesting little things up and down. that was covered in Devstream 77. So tell me, are you excited about the Void Fissure's new expansion, the new Void gameplay expansion? Are you excited for these? Are you excited for these new operator outfits? Do you want the new Gunblade? Or are you excited for anything else, especially Titania? I want Titania. Or Titania. Titania. I'm gonna stick with Titania. Ooh. So, leave everything in the comment section down below and tell me. Yes? No? Maybe so? So, take it easy, have fun, and see you guys in game.